what's going on, guys? So about a month ago, Quinton over at Quinton TV tagged me in the challenge of my dream car garage. Actually, it wasn't even a month ago, it was like 2 months ago, to be honest, man. But I've been extremely busy and I apologize for that. Haven't been able to make that many videos for obvious reasons. You know, I've been really busy. I do work and everything like that, so yeah. So here I am, though. It's better late than never, right? So Quinton, thank you for tagging me. I haven't forgot about you or anything like that. Another thing, I'm sorry if this is very shaky. The S2000 is very stiff of a car, so every single time we drive, especially when it's a bumpy road, it tends to shake a lot. So with that being said, let's just jump right into it, man, and get to my top 5 dream cars that, if money was no issue, what would be my top 5 cars that I would have as my dream car garage. Now, contrary to what you might believe, my dream car garage isn't necessarily like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and a bunch of really high-end cars, although there is one. They're not all like that. So coming in at my number 1, now this is in no specific order, but my first car that I would have in my dream car garage is the newer models of the Camaro ZL1s. Now, I've always had a thing for Camaros, but ever since the new ZL1s came out, it just really caught my eye. Or ever since the remake of the Camaros, when the ZL1s came out of those, every generation, or every ZL1 every year after that has been really attractive looking. So I don't care if it's like the first year of the remake of the ZL1s or the Camaros, or is it the 2016, 2017 Camaros? But the ZL1 is just a fantastic car. If I was to get it, I'd probably get it red, keep it somewhat traditional and everything like that. But it is a fantastic looking car. I think it's very sleek looking. Yeah, the windows are really small, so it's not like you have very good high-end visibility, but I wouldn't really use it for anything other than the track. Maybe, go to meets here and there, but nothing too in-depth, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be daily driving that car whatsoever. But that's my number 1 car, the Camaro ZL1s. Those are fantastic cars, and to be honest, they make a lot of power. If you know me already, I absolutely love V8s. They just feel so great with all the torque that they make. So, yep, that's that's one of my choices. My number 2 choice. Now, this is going back to the 70s, and when I mean the 70s, I mean 1970, because my next choice is a 1970 Chevelle SS. I don't care who you are, man. Chevelles, the SS in particular, is just a freaking sexy looking car. I love, older muscle cars. They're really nice looking. I'm over here talking about muscle cars in an S2000, of course, but yeah, man, the 1970 Chevelle is just so clean. You know what I mean? It's like the fat butt that it has, the carbureted V8 engines. I don't know how to explain it, man. Something about the Chevelle just calls my name. It is a fantastic looking car, and frankly speaking, I wouldn't want it any other way. That's probably my favorite car ever, you know what I mean, other than the S2000, of course. So it's between this and the S2000. It's between this and the Chevelle that are my 2 favorite cars. So that's definitely on my list. There's no doubt about it. It wouldn't be my dream car garage if I didn't have a Chevelle. So, as you guys don't know that, you know what I mean? But if you guys did know me a little bit more, you guys would already have known that. But you guys don't. I don't give out too much information about myself, especially in my videos and stuff like that, But it is, safe to tell you, of course, that the Chevelle is definitely one of my favorite cars. So in his video, Quinton said that he wants an Audi R8. So I agree with him. The Audi R8s are magnificent cars. That's going to be my number 3, by the way. the Audi R8, except he said he doesn't want the V10 version. He wants the original body style, which I think are really nice looking cars. But he doesn't want the V8 version. So I like the R8s, those first generation Audi R8s. However, I like the V10's newer model Audi R8s. I don't know what it is about them, but they're just really nice looking cars, man. They're just so sexy. And that's probably going to be the only high-end vehicle that I have on my list, simply because the Audi, I don't know what it is about the Audi R8, but I think it's just because it's got that rounded look and sleek little, like, I don't know, it's not overdone when it comes to the looks of the vehicle, and it just looks magnificent. I mean, I know I've been saying that about all my cars so far, but I mean, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Every single, it's my dream car garage. Of course I'm gonna like every single car on that list, right? But yeah, the R8, that's definitely a sexy looking car, and I would love to have that one day. But realistically speaking, out of all the cars in my list, the Audi R8 is probably last, basically because that car, luxury vehicles or high-end, you know, performance cars like that and stuff like that, I would probably be too scared to drive it, you know what I mean? And if I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna drive it, you know what I mean? And the Audi R8, as wonderful as of a car as it is, I wouldn't want to destroy it. I wouldn't want to modify it. It'll basically just be sitting in my garage, and it'll be one of those eye candy kind of cars in my dream car garage that I would like to just go into the garage every once in a while and just look at for a little bit, just because it's an Audi R8. So coming in at number 4 on my list is an R34 Nissan Skyline. Now, the R34 is probably my favorite Skyline or GTR period that has ever been produced, you know what I mean? I like them far more than the new GTRs. Now, don't get me wrong, the new GTRs are nice and everything. I would never buy one though. Everybody makes a big deal about them just because they're powerful and, you know, and all that, you know what I mean? They are clean looking, they look nice and everything, don't get me wrong, especially when they're modified and people's, you know, done things to the body to make it look nicer, you know, like putting on some canards or canards or whatever you pronounce them, nice wing and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, the new GTRs are nice. However, something about the aggressive looking body style of the R34 Skyline just really pokes my buttons in a very, very good way. Ever since I first laid my eyes on them on, you know, of course, Brian O'Connor, his Skyline was just beautiful. Like, I fell in love with it, you know what I mean? It's a really nice car, and I can't wait for it to be legal, if it's not already legal, because I am going to buy one the first chance I get. It is a beautiful looking car, and I really do want to buy it. And all jokes aside, I'm gonna buy it. Like, there's no ands or buts about it. I'm gonna buy it one day. Same thing with the Chevelle. But yeah, the R34 Skyline, I'm sure most of you guys won't disagree with me. Now, if this was my wife, she would probably say the Supra. She used to have a Supra, actually a black one that was really clean, but they had to get rid of it. But yeah, R34 Skyline coming in at number 4. And last but not least, my number 5 pick. This should come in no surprise to you guys, because I've told you guys in a few videos actually by now about my favorite car, to include this one. I said it in this video as well earlier. My number 5 is a Honda S2000. I'm in the S2000 right now. This is my dream car, period. If you guys recall back to the video where I bought the car, I mean, I was like a little kid in a candy store, man. I love this car, from the way it looks, the way it handles, the way it just drives, period, the way it revs. Everything about this car is just beyond perfect to me. It does have its downfalls, don't get me wrong, and I will be making a 10 things I like, 10 things I dislike or hate about my S2000. However, doesn't mean I hate it. I absolutely love this car. It's damn near perfect in my opinion. You know, the Honda S2000, but more specifically, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to dislike me saying this, but I like the AP2 version, which is why I bought an AP2 versus an AP1. I like the AP2 more than I like the AP1s. That's not to say I dislike the AP1s. I might buy me an AP1 in the future just so I can say I have an AP1 and an AP2. However, the AP2 is just because it's got that slightly bigger, the 0.2 bigger in displacement, it has a higher opportunity for more power in the future. You know what I mean? And of course, because it's got higher displacement, it also comes along with that slight little bit more of torque, which everybody knows that the AP1 and still the AP2 honestly still lacks in torque. But the AP2, although it has a slightly lower RPM range, you know, the AP1 has 9,000, the AP2 I think is like 8,200. You can always tune it for higher, to rev higher up to 9,000 RPMs if that's what you choose to do. Will I do that in the future? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on what my power output goal will be. I will be supercharging this S2000, although I have been thinking about turbocharging it, but I think supercharging is the way I personally am going to go. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. But yeah, so my number one, like again, this is no specific order, this is just my 5. Coming in at my number 1 was the 2017, or the new body styles I should say, Camaro ZL1s. The second vehicle on my choice was a 1970 Chevelle SS, and I will buy that one day. My number 3 choice was the newer body style V10 Audi R8s. The R8s are really sexy. My number 4, of course, a lot of you guys will probably agree with this choice, is the R34 Nissan Skyline. Beautiful looking car. And of course, last but not least, my number 5 is my dream car that I've been wanting and craving since I was a little kid, the AP2 Honda S2000. Well, the S2000 in general, but more specifically the AP2, which I already own. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section what your top 5 are. Thank you, Quinton, for tagging me into this. I'm gonna put a link to his channel in the comments box down below, or not the comments box, but in the description down below. Go over there to his channel, subscribe to him if you're not already subscribed to him, and catch you guys on the next video.